Welcome back, folks, once again to Algebra, and we're talking about the distributive property still. And the last time we talked about what distributive property was and how it is used, and now we're going to do some more examples of the distributive property so you can see some more instances where it might be used in a problem. So now in this first one here, we have an actual equation. In the last video, we only saw expressions. This one, we have an equation, and we're going to actually solve this equation. But we need to use the distributive property first. As you can see, we have two instances where a number is being multiplied by something in the parentheses that's separated by a minus or a plus sign. So we can use the distributive property here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this side first. I'm going to multiply the 7 times the x and the 7 times negative 3. So I'm going to get 7x on this side minus 21. And on this side, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to multiply 3 times x and 3 times 2. And now we have an equation that looks like this. We have 7x minus 21 equal to 3x plus 6. And now this is an equation that we can solve just by moving things around. Now remember, from a couple videos ago, we can move things around in an equation by doing the opposite sign to them. So for instance, if I wanted to move this 3x over to here, I can subtract it because it's a positive 3x. And if I subtract it from both sides, everything's good. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get 4x minus 21 is equal to 6 because these 3x's cancel, and I'm left with 4x over here. Now, to do the next thing, I'm going to add 21 over because I want to get x by itself. So I'm going to add 21 over. And I get 4x over here all by itself. And 6 plus 21 is 27. So now to solve, I need to move that 4 away from the x. Because remember, to solve an equation, you need to have x by itself. So I'm going to divide by 4. And my answer is going to be a fraction. It's going to be 27 fourths. Perfect. All right, so we solved an equation now with the distributive property in it, and that wasn't so bad. Okay, once we distribute, all it takes is some moving of things around, and we can get x by itself. Awesome. Now let's go back to a couple expressions, and we're going to do some things that are a little bit different here. We're still distributing, okay, but now we're going to be distributing a variable. And this works the exact same way as it does with numbers. No worries. We're still multiplying, and let's get started. In the first part of the number one here, we've got m being multiplied by x and multiplied by minus 2. It's still going to work the same way. M times x is mx because they're variables. We can't do anything with that. It's just mx minus 2m. This is still a plus. N times 4m is 4. mn. I like to keep the variables in the back. You can put it in front, whatever works for you. And then n times negative 1 is negative n. Now, if you look at all this here, there's no like terms. So that means this one's done. You can't do anything else to it. You can't add mx and mn's. You can't add m's and n's together. So they're all fine the way they are. Now, in the next one here, it's going to simplify a little bit more. Let me show you what I mean. In this one, we're going to multiply 2 times m, and we'll get 2m. And 2 times negative 4, that's negative 8. And then on the other side here, we've got m times 3x, which is 3xm. And m times negative 4, which is negative 4m. Now in this one, we have two like terms. We've got 2m and negative 4m. Those are like terms because they have the same variable, right? They're still just regular old m's. So they can be added and subtracted. So let's do that real quick. We've got 3xm, that one can't be simplified, minus 8. And then 2m's minus 4m's is negative 2m's. And now that is the simplified answer there, because we had two things that had the same terms. So there are some more examples of the distributive property. I hope that those were very helpful for you and maybe answered some of the questions you had after the last video. Stay tuned, because our next video is going to be about solving more equations that require more than just one step to solve. So we'll be doing some more examples and some more opportunities for you to learn how to do some more advanced equation solving. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.